Good, good morning, students. Welcome to yet another class on principles of management. In today's class, we are going to discuss about managerial skills. Yesterday, we learned or we studied the roles of a manager. Manager's duty or manager's job is a versatile job. He has to be multitasking and multi-talented. As a manager, he has to perform various roles in an organization. Professor Henry Professor Henry Mintzberg has given 10 roles of managers. He has classified these 10 roles into three basic categories: interpersonal roles, informational category, decisional categories, right? We discussed all these roles in detail yesterday. The manager has to act as a figurehead in the sense he represents his team. He is a source of inspiration. He acts as a motivation to his employees. So therefore, he has to cultivate humility, empathy. He has to learn how to set a good example at work and think about how to be a good role model, right? He is also a leader. He leads his team, his department, and his organization. Therefore, in order to fulfill the role as a leader, he should spend more time on improving or talking to himself how good he can be as a leader. So this will give him a thorough understanding of his current abilities. So if he exercises on his leadership skills and practices them, definitely he will be a successful leader. Then we also discussed that he plays the role of a disseminator. So now in order to, if you want to be a good manager, you should develop the quality of team briefings. You should focus on writing skills. When you focus or improve your writing skills, that will help you to pass on the information, internal as well as external information, to the management as well as to the people who are needed. I mean, the external people who are interested, to them when you're passing on information, you can give them information clearly and in the way which they want, right? Then we also learned that he is a spokesperson. That means he acts as the intermediary between the top level and the lower level management. He passes on the information from the top level to the lower level management. Similarly, if there are any issues, problems relating to the lower level management, he brings it to the notice of the top level management. So he acts as a spokesperson. He also represents the company on he also represents the company on several conferences or meetings conducted outside the organization. So he has to develop his communication skills. Then we discussed about he is also an entrepreneur, right? As an entrepreneur, if you want to improve on this role, then we have to build our on change management. That means we must be able to adjust to the changes that happen in the environment. Then the next role of the manager was disturbance handler, right? Now if you want to be successful as a disturbance handler, that is the conflict handler or the person who can manage misunderstanding, conflicts in an organization in a nice way, then he has to develop the skill of conflict resolution. Okay, so this is about brief about the roles of the manager. How can he improve himself to be a better manager? Now in today's class, we'll move on to the next topic, that is managerial skills. Managerial skills, in Kannada, we refer to it as Kaushalya. If a manager wants to be successful in his duties, he has to learn certain skills. Only these skills will make him to do his work successfully or carry on his work successfully. The managers of any organization will need these skills. Okay, and managers at every level, be it top level, middle level, or the lower level, they will need these skills to do their work in a better way. Now, what do you mean by managerial skills? Managerial skills are the knowledge and ability of the individuals in a managerial position to fulfill some specific management activities or tasks. So, I think you have understood. Managerial skills means what? It is the knowledge as well as the ability of the individuals who are in the managerial position to perform certain activities or tasks. This knowledge and ability can be learned and practiced. This is very, very important. We should be able to adjust ourselves to the changes or to the criticism what we face. Then we can learn and practice the skills which will make us successful in our jobs. Okay, so let us try to understand what are the basic skills which are required for a manager. The skills which are expected to be a manager can be classified into three types: technical skills, human skills, and conceptual skills. The technical skills are the abilities and knowledge needed to perform specific tasks. They are practical and often related to mechanical, information technology, mathematical, or scientific tasks. Some examples include knowledge of programming languages, design programs, technical equipments or tools. All these knowledge can be considered as what? Technical knowledge. Especially technical knowledge is not required at the higher levels of the management, but at the lower level of the management, that is the floor management or the supervisory level management, they need the technical skill. They should must and should have technical skills. Okay, so as and when a person climbs the ladder up in the hierarchy, they may not need technical skills, but we should remember that many top executives must have started as technical experts only. They must be working in the lower level where they are doing all the technical work, then later they must have climbed the ladder of success in the hierarchy and reach the highest position. So I hope this is one kind of skill which is required by a manager. Then comes the second type of skill, that is human skill. Human skills are skills that we use in order to relate with one another. A person with strong human skills easily engages the audience, potential customer or current customers. They are able to connect with people and those people feel like they know the individual personally. People with strong human skills project a welcoming warmth that most people want to be part of. This is beneficial on a personal and professional level. That means a person, a manager, must have got human skills. Human skills means he must be having the ability to work with other human beings in peace. Most of us do not have that. You must be surprised, but most of the people do not have the skills of working peacefully with the other people. If we want to be a successful manager, a successful leader, then definitely we need to improve on our human skills. So let us try to understand few examples of human skills. Communication, understanding body language, empathy. Empathy means anubhuti, listening to people without criticism, without insulting, without giving a judgment. When we listen to people, that is called as empathy. Self awareness, knowing about our weaknesses, our strengths, will make us a person who is strong in human skills. Then growth mindset. Growth mindset is very important. People who have this growth mindset only will develop in their professional as well as in their personal life. Growth mindset means they are always growth oriented. They want to grow in their career as well as in their personal life. They want to be a better person or a better individual day and day out. They work hard on their skills. Okay, so these human skills enable managers to become leaders and motivate employees for better accomplishment. Also, they will help them to make more effective use of human potential in the company. They are the essential skills for manager for all hierarchy levels in the company. See, this is very important. Technical skills we saw, it is only required by whom? The lower level management. But human skills are very important and they are required by the manager at all the levels, top level, middle level, lower level. They all must and should possess the human skills. Only then they can be successful, popular leaders among the managers. Okay. The third skill which managers should adopt in themselves or should practice is the conceptual skill. It is not only the manager, any leader, any team leader, any boss, any manager or any head of the institution should and must have all these different types of skills. Then only he will be recognized, popular or successful in his work. So the third type of skill, conceptual skill, parikalpana kaushalyagalu. Conceptual skill means what? It is the ability to visualize the future. The manager should be a visionary. Okay, he should think up, he should be able to predict the future of the business or the department as a whole. Only when he is a visionary, he can think broad, he can look beyond the limits and bring the organization to the greater heights. Okay, so conceptual skills present knowledge or ability of a manager for more abstract thinking. That means he can easily see the whole through analysis and diagnosis of different states. In such a way, they can predict the future of the business or department as a whole. The conceptual skills will help manager to look outside their department's goals. So they will make decisions that will satisfy overall business goals. Conceptual skills are vital for top managers, less critical for middle level managers, and not required for the first level managers. As we go from the bottom of the managerial hierarchy to the top, the importance of these skills will rise. So here you must have noticed that conceptual skills involves what? Thinking ability, predicting about the future, having the ideas how to bring up or how to grow the organization. All these skills are required especially by the people who are there working in the top level management. While discussing the levels of management, we already have discussed that it is the top level management who is into thinking process. Their work is thinking, formulating, making policies, procedures, right? They only do thinking job, whereas the execution part, the operating part is done by the middle level management and the lower level management. So these are three different types of skills which the managers must and should possess. To be a better individual also, I feel that we, each one of us, must possess all these skills so that we can be successful in our personal as well as in our professional lives. So with this, I end today's class. We'll meet in the next class with some other topic. Thank you for today. Have a good day.